Welcome to this explainer. We're going to completely transform how you look at retail performance metrics today. Seriously, forget about treating these numbers like boring corporate buzzwords just meant for the back office. We're going to turn them into powerful, everyday tools for your success right out there on the sales floor. If you want to know exactly how to drive your numbers up, you are in the right place.
So, who really controls your retail success? It's a massive question, right? For the longest time, the retail world has been stuck on this idea of blind selling, basically just showing up, flashing a smile, and hoping the customer happens to buy a lot. But let's challenge that right now. Who really holds the power? You do. When we frame data and metrics correctly, they actually become the ultimate tool for empowering you. Data isn't there to judge you, it's there to guide you.
Here's our game plan for today. We'll start with the power of retail numbers, dive into the big three: average transaction value, units per transaction, and conversion rate, and finally wrap up with how impacting total store performance ties the whole shebang together.
All right, let's jump straight into part one, the power of retail numbers, taking control of your retail success. Moving on to part two, average transaction value, measuring the value of every single sale. So what exactly is it? Well, average transaction value, or ATV, is simply the average dollar amount a customer drops in a single transaction. Think of it as the monetary foundation of your shift. When that register drawer pops open, how much value are you actually capturing?
The math here is incredibly straightforward. It's just a simple fraction. Your numerator is your total sales revenue, and the denominator is your total number of transactions. You're literally just taking the total revenue you made and dividing it by the number of times you rank someone up.
Let's put this into a real-world scenario. Imagine your shift just wrapped up. You've got $150 in total sales revenue, and you count exactly 3 transactions. So, $150 divided by 3, that gives you a $50 ATV. Meaning, on average, every single time a customer checked out today, they spent $50. It instantly gives you a baseline for what an average shopper is worth to you.
Okay, let's move right along to section 3, units per transaction, the cross-selling metric.
Units per transaction, or UPT, is the average number of items a customer buys in one go. Now, I really want to emphasize this. UPT is not just some boring, basic stat. It's actually a direct reflection of how well you and your team are cross-selling. Like, are they just grabbing a shirt, or did you convince them to grab the matching belt to go with it?
Here's how we calculate it. For your numerator, you take the total number of items sold. For the denominator, you use the total number of transactions. Basically, you're tracking the physical inventory walking out the door compared to the number of paying customers.
Let's say you end up with a UPT of 2.5. How'd you get there? Well, if you sold 10 items total, and those were spread across 4 separate transactions, you just divide 10 by 4, and boom, 2.5. This is an absolutely fantastic metric because it proves you're not just doing the bare minimum and ringing up single items. You're building the basket. You're really maximizing every sale.
Which brings us perfectly to section 4, mastering your conversion rate, turning browsers into buyers.
Now we need to look past just the people who are actually swiping their credit cards and think about everyone walking through your doors. Your conversion rate is the percentage of store visitors who actually make a purchase. Because honestly, it doesn't matter if 1,000 people walk in, if only one person buys something, that conversion rate is screaming that you've got a massive missed opportunity on your hands.
So how do we figure this out? It's a quick 4-step process to get from raw foot traffic to a hard percentage. Step 1, count your total transactions, so the buyers. Step 2, count your total foot traffic, meaning everyone who walked in. Step 3, divide those transactions by the traffic. And finally, step 4, just multiply that by 100 to get your percentage. Let's see that in action. Say you had 100 visitors stroll into the store today. Out of those 100 people, 20 of them actually bought something. 20 divided by 100 is 0.20. Multiply that by 100, and you've got a solid 20% conversion rate. 1 out of every 5 people who walked in bought something. Not too shabby, right?
Finally, section 5, impacting total store performance, making better decisions.
Think about these 2 very different ways to approach the sales floor. You've got blind selling, which is operating without any data, basically just crossing your fingers and guessing what a customer might want. And then you have data-driven selling. That's you, armed with your KPI tool belt, confidently making strategic decisions, pushing your UPT, and constantly hunting for those conversion insights with every interaction. Let's summarize the real-world market impact here. Mastering these specific numbers directly boosts your total sales, no question. It helps you make way smarter decisions on the floor, like if your conversion rate is low,
Maybe you need to greet people faster at the front door. Low UPT, you're definitely missing out on immediate cross-selling opportunities at the register. At the end of the day, getting a grip on these metrics puts the control of your success entirely in your own hands.
So, I want to leave you with this one question. Based on your store's KPIs right now, how are you going to approach your very next customer? Are you going to try to add just one more unit to their basket? Are you going to zero in on that one browser who looks a little lost and convert them? The data is in your hands now. Go out there and use it. Thanks so much for joining me for this explainer, and I will catch you next time.